What's up, guys, and welcome to another Q&A. These questions were sent in from my clients on the Team Massive page on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want your question to be featured on the YouTube channel and all of our social media outlets, all you have to do is go check out the link at the website, or you can simply shoot me a message or find me at the email that's in the description below, and I will talk to you about how you can get your questions featured here on the weekly Q&A. So we have 8 questions I'm going to dive right into. The first question is over carb cycling. It says, what are your thoughts on carb cycling? It's a pretty vague question, but if you want my honest opinion, I have never got in contest prep shape doing carb cycling. I'm somebody who actually needs more carbs, and I personally like a more steady diet. I like my body to be used to the same food every day, the same amount of macros, and then making small changes as needed. A lot of people, they do like carb cycling, and it does work. I personally don't like it for myself because if I have high days and low days, and it's constantly jumping around each day, I just feel like, some days I have the energy for better workouts, some days my workouts are terrible. And so with that being said, I like consistency, and I like to make those little changes to better predict what's going to happen the next few days. So that's typically, I do more of a steady diet for my clients. Now, there is times when I think carb cycling is very important. If you're somebody who has been doing a steady diet, and maybe you've dropped your carbs, you've dropped your calories, you've added some cardio in over time, and you're still struggling to lose weight, the next step would be carb cycling. I believe I'm a carb type of guy when it comes to dieting. I like to diet my clients on more carbs. I believe that they have a place, and there's a good purpose for them in a regimen if you're training hard enough. You have to remember that when you do weight training, you're never burning fat during weights. You're only burning fat when you're doing those steady state cardio for a long duration of time. When you're actually training weights, or you're doing even HIIT training, you're only burning carbohydrates. So the more muscle that you have, the more muscle that needs recovery, or the more intense your workouts are, the more carbs that you require. Now, obviously, all diets have to be at a caloric deficit for you to actually lose body fat. So you keep that in mind as well. But if you're going from a steady diet, you can't lose weight, I suggest going to a carb cycling plan, because at least you're getting some high days in there, and that is better than no carbs. You're probably going to recover better, you're going to feel better. And you're going to have those days when when you have those low carb days, you're going to feel it. But for the most part, at least you get more high days in there. If you can lose weight eating more carbs, then might as well do it. If you can't lose weight on a steady diet or on carb cycling, then the next step is to do a very low carb diet, which, in my opinion, you're better off going into a ketogenic diet, because low carbs, it's like you're kind of on the edge of keto. You're not really in ketosis, but you're not having high carbs either. So you kind of have that low blood sugar, the headaches. With a little bit of carbs spikes your blood sugar. You feel good, but then you crash, and it's a lot of there's not a lot of balance there with a low carb diet. I think you might as well just go into a ketogenic diet. The next question is, what is the difference between healthy fats and non-healthy fats? And this question can be very complicated. It can be very simple. If you want to, we'll just go the simple route. Obviously, if you go down to McDonald's and get a burger and fries, that's going to be full of a lot of unhealthy fats. Those are called your saturated fats. You actually need a little bit of saturated fats for health reasons, but you don't want that much. So you just want enough. You just want a little bit each day. Whether that might be just a little sliver of butter in a pan when you're cooking your vegetables, or maybe once a week you do have a cheat meal and it's a burger and fries from a steak restaurant. I would say never go to a fast food restaurant, but for like a nice sit down dinner, if you have a burger and fries or you have a steak that has saturated fats in it, and that's going to be good for you if it's in that moderation. Now, as far as the healthy fats go, I like to do avocados. I'm big on avocados. They're great. They're great fats for heart health. Obviously, your omega 3s, 3, 6, and 9. the essential fatty acids. You have in fish oil pills, you have your EPA and DHA content. That's really what you're paying for in a fish oil pill, and those are going to be great for your heart, for your liver, your kidneys, overall function. Your skin's going to be very clear. Good healthy fats actually help with brain function. That's why on a lot of my diets with my clients, I have them do a high protein and moderate fat meal one for the day. So instead of doing carbs first thing in the morning, I have them do protein and fats. It really helps wake up brain activity, and it doesn't spike insulin, so they're better utilizing carbs later on during their workouts. So olive oil, which you have to be careful with olive oil, guys. Most of the olive oil that you buy at the store is actually fake. It's actually soybean oil. So you need to be very, very careful with that. I would just recommend staying away from olive oil at the stores. There's only a few places you can actually buy real olive oil, and unfortunately, most of those are actually imported in. So it's going to be very expensive. I would just go with avocados. Macadamia nut oil is really good. It doesn't break down under heat like olive oil does, and it tastes really, really good. I believe you can get it from Australia, Hawaii, and South Africa. Those are some of the best places that have good soil for macadamia nuts, and that's where you can buy the really good macadamia nut oil. But just to make things simple, avocados are your best choice. I'm trying to think. Almond butter, peanut butter is pretty good, especially the all-natural type. But yeah, I would say peanut butter, almond butter, and then avocados are your three best choices for the price. Okay. Oh, and they also increase your HDL, which is your good cholesterol. So then, what is the best way to track my macros? So, all right, guys, this is a very simple question. I actually use MyFitnessPal right here on my phone. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's actually owned by Under Armour. It's a really, really good app. And once it loads here, I can show you guys. It's super simple how to track your macros. Let's see if I can get this camera to adjust. Let's see. Give me a minute. Looks like it's not going to cooperate. But anyways, in MyFitnessPal, yeah, it's kind of washed out there. But in MyFitnessPal, there's a place you click on Diary, and you can actually kind of see it right there. This is the diary, and it has your calorie goal over here, your food, and your exercise. I don't really pay attention much to that, but what I do is actually I add in my foods for breakfast. It's got breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and then you can actually add your water intake if you want. And I add that in for the day, and that's how I track my macros. And then when I'm done, you can go down here and you can click on nutrition. I'm trying to find a good angle for you guys. Over here, I don't know. You can click on nutrition basically in the app, and it'll actually break down protein, carbs, fiber, sugar, fats, even saturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, monounsaturated fats, and etc. So that's MyFitnessPal or My Macros Plus. I heard that's a good one too. You guys should definitely look that one up. Those are both really good. Man, the lighting in here is so bad today. I'm trying to figure this out here. There we go. That's better. All right. So we've 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth question is, what is the benefits of fasted cardio? And years ago, almost 10 years ago, I had a guy in the gym come up to me, and he said, fasted cardio is the most catabolic thing you can ever do. If you do fasted cardio, you're going to burn up all your muscle. So I listened to him, and I didn't do fasted cardio. I thought, okay, I'm going to lift weights, and then I'm going to go to my cardio after, which is what most people do because it's convenient. Well, I believe, first of all cardio works, okay? Fasted, not fasted, post-workout, pre-workout, even though I don't recommend it, at night, all of it works. The reason that I am a big advocate of fasted cardio is because you wake up, your stomach is empty, your blood sugar is low. The best time to do cardio is right then. That's the best case scenario for fat loss because you have no food, you have nothing on your stomach to burn. No chance of you burning anything else but stored body fat during fasted cardio. My favorite routine is to get up in the morning. I drink about maybe a quarter of a gallon right away. The ice cold water wakes up my mind, makes me feel refreshed. I'll put on my hoodie, I'll go get on the treadmill, and I'll start walking. And I'll do my 20 minutes of fasted steady state every morning. And for one, I believe that that does stimulate the metabolism for the rest of the day, because I have tested this numerous times. In the off season, when my calories are very, very high, I will kind of start to get lazy. I'll stop doing the cardio, and I notice that my metabolism, my appetite, I should say, my appetite gets worse, and I start to feel like I don't want to eat all the food. But as soon as I start the fasted cardio back up, I get up in the morning, I kind of get the blood flow going. I feel the need to eat more. So I believe that it does stimulate your metabolism first thing in the morning, and it does burn body fat because of the fact that you have nothing on your stomach, your blood sugar's low. That's the best scenario to burn fat. The next question, how many times a week should I weight train? Now this question, this is going to vary. The answer is going to vary individual to individual, but I believe that if you can get in, if you want the most results, you got to put the most work, period. Don't expect to put in 20 minutes a day, 3 days a week. You're just not going to see results that way. I believe that if you want to see the most progress in the shortest amount of time, you need to at least be weight training a solid hour. I mean, I'm not talking about you show up to the gym, it takes you 10 minutes to get inside, you put your shoes on, you change, whatever you're doing, you spend 30, 45 minutes lifting weights, and then you go change, shower, and you leave within an hour. No, I'm talking about from the second you start warming up to the second you finish your last set. You need to be training so hard and so intense that you're taking up every second of that hour, with minimal rest. If you're doing that 6 days a week, you're going to see incredible results. The more you put in anything in life, the more you're going to get out, and it goes with the weights as well. I think that somebody who trains 3 to 4 days a week, it's just not enough. Now, if you're a general population person, or like to call one of my Gen Pop clients, that just simply wants to lose 25, 30 pounds, you're a mother of 3, you got to take the kids to soccer, you're a dad, you've got work all day, and you've got to go to soccer practice for the kids, and you've got to do all this stuff. We can make it work. 4 days a week, training for an hour, 4 days a week, splitting up those days so you're not working out 4 days a week and having 3 days off. You want to split up those days so you have the days off in between, so you're constantly, you have at least a workout to look forward to the next day. And you're going to still see progress that way, but if you want to be competitive, you got to be ready to work out 6 days a week, and then probably cardio 7 days. Does it matter what time of the day I work out? No. The short answer is no. As long as your food is planned around the workout to optimize your weight session, to optimize recovery after, it doesn't matter when you train. What supplements do you recommend for gut health? So now, digestion and gut health is something that I've really started to look up this last year. I've really dove deep into the research, and I can say that I have experienced tremendous benefits from having a better digestive system. Number one, I am hardly ever sore, and it's not due to training inefficiently. It's due to I'm actually digesting the food properly. I'm getting the nutrients out of the food, and it's getting into my muscles for maximum recovery and growth. And that's something that I've never experienced to this effect. Right now, I'm able to actually hold a comfortable 195, and I'm not even trying to hold 195. I could probably be 210 if I want, or I could get leaner if I want to, but I can comfortably eat. I'm doing 50 minutes of cardio a day. I'm actually eating a lot of food. I'm enjoying a couple of cheat meals a week. I'm lifting hard. I'm training good. My body is almost daily at 194 to 195 on the dot every single day. My digestive system's working optimally, and I'll tell you 3 years ago, I was 175 pounds, and I was struggling to maintain 180 pounds. I was eating more food than I'm eating now. But the difference is I wasn't digesting that food properly. If you're not digesting food properly, you're not going to recover, you're not going to grow, you're going to be bloated, watery. When the digestive system's messed up, everything's messed up. And to answer your question, I actually just like to sit these behind me just because this is what I believe, and I take these supplements. But actually, the one supplement that got me on track with my digestion is OptiGreens by First Form. This product is a staple in mine. This is actually, I have 3 tubs at the house right now, and this is one of my backup tubs, and it has all, and when I say it has all of your total daily greens, fruits and greens, it's got a lot, as you can tell by the label there. And I'm not just, this is not just a selling point. I'm not trying to sell this. I'm just pointing out that if you want to optimize your digestive system and you want to actually experience what it's like to get the nutrients out of the food and to recover better, you're going to start taking OptiGreens. Stop wasting your money on the cheapest protein or the cheapest pre-workout or protein bars. Stop buying that junk. You can get protein through your food, but what you can't get is the right amount of fruits and greens. Because if you were to actually try to eat the right amount of fruits and greens you need, I promise you, you would be it would be like 3 to 4 massive plates of fruits and vegetables. Now, what they did was is they actually grinded them up, and there it's in a very fine powder inside of here. You actually do 2 to 3 scoops. I do 3 scoops. If I have a cheat meal, I do 4 scoops. I do 2 servings to make sure that I'm optimizing the purpose of that cheat meal, which is to help give me metabolism boost and just help me kind of keep on rolling. But OptiGreens by First Form, it's phenomenal. You can get free shipping for life at the link in the description below. Okay, last 2 here. Is pre-workout bad for you? No. Pre-workout is not bad for you. However, a lot of pre-workouts have caffeine, and caffeine is something that differs from person to person. So I drank this here just a little bit ago. This afternoon, I drink maybe a couple of these a week. Usually on my longest days in the office, which Wednesdays are my longest day in the office. And this has, I believe, 140 milligrams of caffeine per can. So I sip on this all day. This is the first bit of caffeine that I've had all day. Now, before I go train, I'm going to take Megawatt, which is the pre-workout from First Form, and this has a little over 300 milligrams of caffeine. So my total caffeine intake today is going to be about 450 milligrams. So that's not that much. There are some people, though, that are very sensitive. They could have half a can and their heart feels like it's going to explode. Now, if you're one of those people, I would suggest don't buying a pre-workout that has caffeine in it. I would suggest going with the pre-workout that I think the First Form non-stim is called Alpha Cree, and that's a non-stimulant pre-workout, meaning it has no caffeine, but it has the pump formula in there, so it's going to help dilate the blood, the veins, and get more blood into the muscles, get more oxygen into the muscles without giving you the caffeine rush. So if you're somebody who's got a heart issue or you're very sensitive to caffeine, go with Alpha Cree. If you're not sensitive to caffeine, I would just say monitor your caffeine intake. I know people that take over 1,200 milligrams of caffeine a day. That is way too much in my opinion. You need to learn that sometimes if you're feeling tired, it may just be because you're hungry and you need to eat, or your blood sugar's low. It's not necessarily that you need caffeine. You just need to, monitor your diet better. The last question is how to make protein shakes taste better. All right, so that, to me, that's a silly question because the protein that I drink from First Form, I drink it with water, just plain tap water, no special water, no additives, nothing, and it tastes amazing. The chocolate, the German chocolate cake is incredible, and I would recommend that flavor. The caramel latte, my wife loves. She actually puts it with unsweetened vanilla almond milk. So that is my one key trick that I like to use, is to take almond milk, unsweetened of course. You don't want all that extra sugar and junk. Do the unsweetened vanilla almond milk, mix it with your protein. It's going to make it thick. It's going to make it taste good. It's going to give it a little bit of a vanilla taste. It's going to sweeten it just a little bit because of the vanilla taste. But there's no... it's actually unsweetened, so the sugars that are in there are the natural sugars. But that's the tip I have for you, is to add some unsweetened vanilla almond milk to it. If you use like a vanilla taste or like some sort of tropical taste of protein and it doesn't taste right, try adding some fruits to it. Just be careful about the sugars. I actually have clients do fruit smoothies every night. Blueberries, strawberries, and pineapple. Pineapples have a lot of sugars. Sometimes pineapples, depending on the individual. But blueberries and strawberries, maybe a banana if they can have the carbs. Blend that up with a protein isolate, and it will digest amazing. It'll taste great. It'll be thick, and it'll actually help detox your body as well. Those fruits are really good for detoxing your body. So that is the questions for the week. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them in the comments below. And you can always get free shipping on all First Form products at the link in the description below. You can visit our website, emassivefitness.com, and get all of your information that you would need when you want to join Team Massive, get the best diet coaching provided by myself that there is in the industry, hands down. So hope that helped, guys. Enjoy your day. Have a great rest of the summer, and we'll talk to you soon.